There's a racist cop caught on camera in South Africa. People are demanding justice for an elderly woman who was arrested for nothing. But is he really racist? What did this officer do to deserve all of this hate? And why is everyone calling him the most hated man in South Africa? Well, today we will answer all of these questions and many more. So make sure to watch this video to the very end. Also, please like and subscribe to our channel. The racist cop saga began with a video that was uploaded by the police themselves. It was filmed on May 2020 at a police station in Philippi, Cape Town. The video shows how cops, including Captain, treat a handcuffed woman like an animal. She had to crawl like a dog on her knees from one room to another. After that, she was forced to crawl backwards while one of the officers kept kicking her. At some point, the woman's dignity was completely disregarded as she was forced to lie down on the floor while the police continued beating her. The whole thing happened because the woman was suspected of stealing just 2 cell phones. The incident caused public outrage. Many people started to say that the police were trying to kill the woman. They asked how someone could be subjected to such inhumane treatment for something as petty as stealing 2 phones. The situation got so out of hand that the police had to release the woman without charging her with any crime. Now, as if that wasn't enough, the police then tried to cover up what had happened. They said they couldn't find the woman anywhere. A few days after the incident, the police released a statement saying that the woman had been released on a warning. However, people didn't buy their lies. A local activist called the police's version of events a disgrace and said that the woman's family had no idea where she was or what had happened to her. That's when the media started digging into the case. On May 13th, the SAPS issued another statement saying that the captain had been suspended and that an investigation had been launched into the incident. In addition, they claimed that they had charged the captain with assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, which carries a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison. However, people still felt that this wasn't enough. They wanted the captain punished more severely. But there was a problem. Nobody knew who the woman was or where she lived. This made it difficult to charge the captain because the police didn't know what to base the charges on. They were also unsure whether to investigate the other officers involved in the incident or not. The police were at a loss. They needed to find the woman before they could take any action. Fortunately, the woman's granddaughter saw the video on social media and posted a comment asking the police to contact her. The police finally found the woman. She was at home recovering from her injuries. When they asked her why she hadn't come forward earlier, she said she was too scared. She had no idea that the police were looking for her. She thought they had taken her to jail. The police apologized to the woman and explained that they were investigating the incident. They also asked her to open a case of assault against the captain. Finally, the police had everything they needed. They had the victim, and now they could charge the captain with a crime. However, people weren't satisfied with the police's actions. They wanted the captain fired immediately. They also wanted to see him put behind bars. The captain's name was soon revealed. He was called Marius. That's when things got really bad for him. People started digging into his personal life. They looked at his social media accounts and found a lot of disturbing things. They saw pictures of him wearing a badge that read, "I am a racist." He also posted videos of himself singing racist songs. That's when people realized that this wasn't just a case of police brutality. This was outright racism. The police quickly fired Marius. However, people still wanted justice. They protested outside the police station where the incident occurred. They also called for all of Marius's racist friends to be fired. Soon, the hashtag racist cop began trending worldwide. However, some people came to Marius's defense. They said that the media and politicians were blowing things out of proportion. They argued that the police had already fired Marius, so there was no need to continue harassing him. However, most people disagreed. They felt that Marius had used his power to abuse a black woman. On June 2nd, Marius was arrested and taken to court. He was charged with assault. However, he pleaded not guilty. He claimed that he had only used reasonable force to subdue the woman. He also said that he didn't know that she was black. The court proceedings were delayed several times. First, it was delayed because the police couldn't find a prosecutor who specialized in hate crimes. Then it was delayed because the court was backlogged. Finally, on August 18th, the trial began. Marius's lawyer argued that the police had set him up. He said that his superiors had given the woman's family false information about where she could be found. He also said that the police had leaked the video to the media to make him look bad. However, the judge wasn't convinced. He said that the evidence against Marius was overwhelming. The judge also said that there was no excuse for what Marius had done. He went ahead and sentenced him to 10 years in prison. People were happy to hear the verdict. They felt that it sent a strong message that police brutality and racism would not be tolerated in South Africa. However, some people felt that the sentence was too lenient. They argued that Marius should have gotten at least 20 years in prison. After the sentencing, Marius was taken away in handcuffs. He looked dejected as he walked out of the courtroom. The media followed him closely, but he refused to answer any questions. His lawyer also declined to comment on the verdict. As for the woman, she is still traumatized by the incident. She has difficulty sleeping at night and often wakes up crying. She also has to take medication for anxiety. Despite all this, she is grateful that justice was served. She feels that Marius' arrest and conviction sends a message to other cops that police brutality and racism will not be tolerated in South Africa. Now, here's the question. Do you agree with the sentence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Meanwhile, the woman is suing the police for what happened to her. She is also suing the media for invading her privacy. She feels that the media made her an unwilling participant in a national debate on racism and police brutality. She doesn't understand why she became the face of this movement when she never asked to be involved in it. The police are also facing financial problems. The incident has cost them over $700,000. This includes the cost of the investigation, the woman's medical expenses, and the legal fees of the captain. The police are now considering suing Marius to recover some of the money. However, they are aware that he is a poor man and doesn't have any assets. So what is the lesson to be learned here? Well, first and foremost, racism and police brutality are never acceptable. No matter how angry or frustrated a cop gets, he or she should never resort to using excessive force on a suspect. Secondly, cops should always remember that they are dealing with human beings. Everyone makes mistakes, and everyone deserves a second chance. And lastly, the police should have handled this situation better. Instead of trying to cover up the incident, they should have come clean and investigated it thoroughly. They should also have provided support to the woman, who was clearly traumatized by the experience. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future updates.